Welcome, my dear students, and I am Ravi Shankar. So today we are going to study about the continuation in the fourth lesson. In our last video, we have studied about the EMF induced due to the change in area, called to be the motional EMF. And we got the formula E is equal to minus of B into L into V. Today, we are going to study about a new concept called to be eddy currents. See, what do you mean by this eddies? What do you mean by these eddy or eddies? See, we can say, what do you mean by these eddies means? We can say these eddies as circulating. So the currents which are circulating inside a conductor, we are calling it out as eddies. You might have heard about tornado. You might have heard about whirlpool. See, in water, the whirlpool is, in Tamil, we will be saying it as shudal. So when you are having the currents in a conductor or in a disc or in a solid material, if the current is in the form of eddies or in the form of circulating, then that currents are called to be eddy currents. Or this eddy currents, otherwise called to be what? Otherwise called to be Foucault currents. These eddy currents or Foucault currents we are going to study in this topic. So already what you have studied, according to Faraday's laws, we have stated that whenever there is a change in the magnetic flux, an EMF is induced. So whenever there is a change in the magnetic flux linked with a coil or with a conductor, an EMF is induced. That was called to be Faraday's concept. However, it is not necessary that the conductor should be an linear conductor or a wire or a coil. Instead of this coil or a linear conductor, if I am having a conductor in the form of a plane sheet or in the form of a plate or in the form of thick material, a solid block of material, then also we can say an EMF is induced in that sheet or in that plate or in that solid disc. But the thing is, that is when you are getting this plate or this solid disc or the plane sheet is subjected to change in magnetic flux, an EMF is induced. But when you are considering that EMF induced, that EMF induced is not having a definite loop or it is not having a definite path in which the induced current has to flow. Since there is no definite direction or definite path or there is no definite loop, in order to make the induced current to flow out, the induced current in that solid block or in that plane sheet or in that disc will form an concentric circular path. So the current that was being induced forms an concentric circular path. That concentric circular path resembles the eddies. That type of currents, we are calling it out as eddy currents, or otherwise they are called to be Foucault currents. So what is the explanation that I have given? Let us write it out in a crisp manner. See, according to Faraday, already we have studied that. According to Faraday, whenever there is a change in magnetic flux, whenever there is a change in magnetic flux, what happens whenever there is a change in magnetic flux? An EMF is induced. That EMF induced in the conductor, I can say in the conductor, or we can say in the coil or in an wire, in the coil or in an wire. But instead of this coil or instead of this conductor, however, if you are having another metal conductor in the form of a plane sheet, or if you are considering a disc or a solid block of material, so we can write instead of a linear conductor, instead of a linear conductor or a coil, if a conductor, if a conductor as solid block, if a conductor as a solid block or a plane sheet or a plane sheet or a circular disc, let us consider like this, a circular disc or a plate, whatever may be. If you are taking a conductor of solid material, a solid block of conductor, or a thick sheet of plates, or a thick plane sheet, like that, if you are taking a conductor, there also, due to change in flux, an EMF is induced. An EMF is induced, or we can say current is induced. EMF or current is induced. Okay, what will happen to the current or the EMF that was being induced? The current that was being induced in that solid block or that plate is in the form of circular loops or in the form of concentric circles inside the conductor. Why? Because the current that was being produced is having no definite loop, or it is not following any path. Since the current induced is not having a path to flow or not having a definite loop, then the current induced is given out in the form of concentric rings. The concentric rings resembles eddies, so the currents are called to be eddy currents, or otherwise called as Foucault currents. So what happened? An EMF is induced or current is induced. See, when you are considering this current is not flowing, or they are saying this current is not having any definite loop, is not having any definite loop of flow. For the flow of electrical current, there is no definite loop or no definite path. So what path to flow? So what happens? So the induced current. So we can say the induced current is flowing in the form of concentric circular rings. Since the current in that solid conductor or a plane sheet or a circular plate or a circular disc, the current, since it is not having a definite loop to flow or not having a definite path to flow, the induced current flows in the form of what? Flows in the form of concentric rings. That concentric rings resembles, that is, the currents which are flowing in the concentric rings resemble the form of eddies in water. We are calling these currents as eddy currents. So these currents, these currents resemble the eddies that is circulating, or we can say, as in book, eddies in water. The currents are known as, we can say, the currents are known as or called as eddy currents. We can call them as eddy currents, or we can say them as what? We can say them as Foucault currents. Hope you should have understood this. Let us recall. See, according to Faraday, what I have written here, according to Faraday, the general law is whenever there is a change in the magnetic flux linked with a coil or with a conductor, an EMF or an electrical current is induced. That current, we are calling it out as induced current, or the EMF, we are calling it out as the induced EMF. And also we have stated that the phenomenon as electromagnetic induction. Now, instead of considering a thin wire as a conductor or a coil of wire, if you are having a solid block of material which is having a low resistance, which is having a solid block of material, or a thin sheet or a thin plate, or you can consider a plate or a circular disc. In this, any one of this conductor, if whenever there is a change in magnetic flux, then also you can able to get what? Then also you can able to get and current or an EMF is induced in that conductor. But the difference is, what is the difference between the linear conductor or a coil and to that of a solid conductor? But the difference is that in case of solid conductor or in the case of a disc or a plate, the induced current is not having a definite path to flow, or it is not having a definite loop to flow. So what happened? The induced current, called to be due to the change in magnetic flux, develops the form of or the flow of these induced currents in the form of concentric circles or in the form of concentric rings inside the conductor. These currents which are flowing in concentric rings resemble the eddies in water. These currents are called to be eddy currents, or we can say that these currents otherwise known as Foucault currents. See, this can be explained simply by demonstrating a small experiment. Let us demonstrate that experiment. Okay, let us go for the experiment. What is that experiment? See, let us consider that as a demonstration. Okay, we are going to demonstrate. So, demonstration of eddy currents. Demonstration of eddy currents or eddy current. How you can able to demonstrate? So, in order to demonstrate, you consider an arrangement of simple pendulum. So, let us consider an arrangement of simple pendulum. So, when you are considering the arrangement of simple pendulum, the simple pendulum is having a long thread, and the other end of the long thread you will be having a bob of Moss M. Instead, I am having a thick copper plate, or I am having a circular disc, or considered to have a solid block of material to be suspended. And where I have suspended this was being suspended from a rigid support, and this pendulum is suspended in between the pole pieces of an electromagnet. So I am taking this as pole pieces of electromagnet. Pole pieces of electromagnet. As you know that electromagnet is the one which can get converted into a magnet when electricity is passed. When the passed electricity is switched off, then that two poles will become ordinary iron pieces. So they are otherwise called to be temporary magnets. So when I am supplying electrical field or electricity, one end is acting as the north pole and the another end is acting as the south pole. So these two are the poles of the electromagnet. In between the poles of the electromagnet, I am going to make this pendulum to oscillate to and fro, to make to and fro motion. See how I am going to demonstrate. Initial condition, you consider the initial condition. Initially, no electrical current is passed through the poles. No current is passed through electromagnets. When no current is passed through electromagnets, what happens? They are not magnets then. This N and S are considered to be ordinary iron pieces. Ordinary iron pieces. So, in between these two iron pieces, by giving a small force to this pendulum, and if the pendulum is made to oscillate, quite natural, this pendulum will be oscillating for a quite long time, producing several oscillations, and finally it will be coming to rest due to the air resistance in between the poles. So what will happen? What I am going to do, when there no current, no electrical current is passed through these iron poles, make the pendulum to swing. Make the pendulum to swing. When the pendulum is made to swing, this pendulum will be producing quite number of oscillations, and finally it is coming to rest due to the air motion or due to the air resistance available in between the two poles, which acts as the damping force. So make the pendulum to swing. The swinging pendulum, or I can say the pendulum, after completing several oscillations, after completing several oscillations, it comes to rest. It comes to rest. And it is due to, that is the rest position is due to the resistance of air in the medium, resistance of the air medium, which acts as the damping force, which acts as what? Which acts as damping force. So the damping force available in between the two pole pieces makes the oscillating pendulum to bring to our oscillating pendulum to come to rest position after making several what? After making several oscillations. This is a normal swinging of the pendulum in between the two plates. Now what I am going to do? Now, while the pendulum is swinging in between the poles of the magnet, you supply the electrical current to the poles so that a strong magnetic field is developed in between the two poles. So when I am supplying an electrical current in between the two poles, North Pole and South Pole, a strong magnetic field is acting in between what? A strong magnetic field is acting in between the two poles. Let us consider that magnetic field as B. Now inside this you are having what? Now inside this you are having that simple pendulum, that is the solid disc. When the solid disc is made to oscillate, automatically the flux changes. Whenever there is a change in flux, so we can say the flux changes. Whenever there is a change in flux, what will happen? So due to change in flux, what happens? An EMF is, or current is induced in this disc in the form of what? In the form of concentric circles or in the form of eddies. Due to that, what happened? Due to that, this oscillating pendulum comes to rest immediately. Due to that, the oscillating pendulum comes to rest immediately. See, then in the pendulum is oscillating in between the pole pieces of the magnet. When you are supplying electrical current, a strong magnetic field is developed in between the North Pole and South Pole. Inside that magnetic field, when this pendulum is made to swing, then the flux that is linked with this area changes. So when the flux linked with that area changes, an EMF is induced. That EMF induced in this conductor is in the form of what? Is in the form of concentric circles. Since it is in the form of concentric circles, immediately you can see the oscillating conductor will come to rest. So the reason, let us see later. First of all, see, we can say like this: when the pendulum is swinging and current supplied to poles to make it as a magnet, to make it as magnetic poles, one can notice the pendulum comes to rest immediately. The pendulum comes to rest immediately. Why this happened? Why this pendulum came to rest immediately? The reason for this is this one. What is the reason? When the pendulum is made to swing inside the strong magnetic field, the flux that was being linked with that disc called to be the plate or the solid mask or the plane sheet, or we can say it is a plate. So the flux that is changing with which is linked with that plate changes. Automatically, due to the change in flux, a current is induced. The current induced is in the form of eddies. So eddy currents are being induced. According to Lenz's law, we have said that the induced EMF or the induced current is always in a direction opposite to that of the direction of the EMF or the flux induced or flux changes. So the EMF induced is always in a direction opposite to that of the direction in which the flux changes. So that EMF or that current is acting like a brake system, and it makes the oscillating pendulum comes to rest position immediately. Okay, so why this oscillating pendulum comes to rest? The flux changes. Due to the change in flux, the EMF or the current is induced in the form of eddies. See, you have studied according to, what is the reason? We have studied according to the Lenz's law. According to Lenz's law, we know that the induced EMF or current, induced EMF or current always opposes the change. Always opposes what? Always opposes the change or opposes the cause. So the change in magnetic flux and the induced current or EMF are in opposite side direction. So the EMF or current induced in opposite direction to flux change brings, it brings the loop or brings the disc to rest position, brings the pendulum, okay, brings the pendulum to what? Brings the pendulum to rest position. So this is the demonstration which was being done in order to explain the formation of eddy currents. Okay, however, let us have another case. Let us take it as a special case. However, if some holes are being drilled, where in that solid disc, in that plate or in that solid disc which is acting as a pendulum, in that solid disc. See, in that solid disc, if you are making some holes so that part of that area or part of that mass is being taken out, what will happen? See, if the holes are being drilled in that solid disc, then the oscillating pendulum, then that oscillating disc won't come to rest immediately. Instead, what will happen? Instead, it will be making some more oscillations, some more number of oscillations, and then come to rest. Why it is so? You know why this is the difference between this case and this one. See, when you are considering the mass as a solid disc or a solid plate, we know the resistance is inversely proportional to area. We know that the resistance is inversely proportional to area. When you are having it as a solid disc, then the area is considered to be large. If area is large, automatically the resistance that was being available in that solid mass of conductor is less. If the resistance is less, then the EMF that was being developed or induced is considered to be more. EMF induced is more means then the current induced is also more. So more amount of current acting on it produces the brake system, and immediately the oscillating conductor comes to rest position. Whereas in case of the solid discs in which some holes are being drilled, automatically some mass is being taken out. So in this case, the area get what? The area get reduced. When the area get reduced, automatically what will happen? So R is inversely proportional to area. The area get reduced. So automatically the resistance of the conductor will get increased. If the resistance of the conductor gets increased, amount of EMF or the current that was being induced gradually or considerably got decreased. Then that amount of EMF or the current that was being inserted is taken to be considerably reduced. So there is no sufficient amount of force to stop that oscillating pendulum. So the oscillating pendulum is oscillating for some more time, and due to the air resistance as well as due to the eddy currents that was being produced less in amount. Due to these two, that oscillating pendulum will come to rest. This is what we are calling it out as the demonstration regarding what? Demonstration regarding eddy current. So hope you should have understood. So I will be making this as an again a small or a quick recap. What is the experiment which can able to demonstrate the eddy currents? See, in order to demonstrate the eddy current, you consider a simple pendulum. That is a pendulum with a solid disc or a solid plate or a solid mass of conductor. You make that pendulum to oscillate in between the pole pieces of an electromagnet. What is an electromagnet? Electromagnet is a magnet which can act as a magnet when electrical current is passed. When the electrical current is switched off, then the pole pieces will act as an ordinary iron pole pieces. No magnetism is available. So we can say it as a temporary magnet which can get magnetized when electrical current is passed. So such an electromagnet is being taken, and in between the pole pieces of the electromagnet, north pole and the south pole, in between the pole pieces of an electromagnet, we are having a pendulum, or we are having a solid mass of conductor to be suspended. That solid mass of conductor suspended is made to oscillate. As long as no current is supplied to the pole pieces, the swinging pendulum will be swinging for a long time, making so many number of oscillations, and finally after some time it will come to rest. Why it is coming to rest? Because the air resistance surrounding that pendulum will be acting like the damping force and makes that oscillating pendulum come to rest position. Now what I am doing? Now what I am doing is, now I am supplying an electrical current to the two iron pole pieces so that a strong magnetic field is acting between the two ends, so that one of the iron pieces is acting as the north pole and the other iron piece acting as a south pole. Now in between the pole pieces, if you are making that conductor to oscillate, one can notice that oscillating conductor will come to rest immediately. Why it is so? Why that oscillating conductor is coming to rest immediately when you are supplying electrical current to the iron pieces so that you can get it converted into an electromagnet? The reason is the swinging pendulum inside the magnetic field will have an area. So that area of that pendulum will produce as a flux. Now due to swinging, the flux available in that pendulum gets changed. When the flux gets changed, automatically a EMF or the current is induced in that solid block. That EMF or the current induced in that solid block is in the form of concentric rings or in the form of eddies. That eddy currents are responsible for making the oscillating pendulum to come to rest position. Why? Because as we know from the Lenz's law, the EMF that was being induced is always opposing the cause. So the EMF or the current that was being induced in that solid conductor is acting in a direction opposite to the direction in which the flux changes. So that EMF or the current is acting like a brake system, and it is not allowing the pendulum to swing furthermore. So the pendulum is coming to rest immediately. This we are calling it out as the demonstration. But in our, instead of having a solid conductor, if you are having that solid conductor drilled with some holes so that some part of the mass is being taken out. And if you made the pendulum to oscillate, now the pendulum won't come to rest immediately. The pendulum will be oscillating for some time. And after making several oscillations, it will come to rest. Why? The same pendulum. But what we have done, we have drilled some holes in it. So what happens? As we know, the resistance of the conductor is inversely proportional to area. When you are considering the solid block of material, then the area is taken to be large. When the area is large, then resistance is considered to be what? Resistance is considered to be less. Since resistance is less, more amount of current or EMF can flow through it. So large amount of current makes the oscillating pendulum coming to rest position immediately. But at the same time, when you are considering the holes to be drilled in it, automatically the resistance of the conductor increases due to the decrease in area. When there is some masses being taken out, the area decreases. When the area decreases, automatically we can say that the resistance of the conductor increases. Due to change in flux, there will be an inducement of current or EMF, which is not sufficient to stop what? Which is not sufficient to stop that particular material or that simple pendulum. So that simple pendulum is making some more oscillations. After making several oscillations, it will come to rest due to air resistance as well as due to eddy currents. Okay. Hope you should have understood. This is what we are calling it out as the demonstration of what? Demonstration of the some demonstration of eddy currents. Okay. Now the currents are being induced in with solid conductor in the form of eddies or in the form of concentric rings or circulating. What happens to that current? What is happening to the current is given to us as drawbacks of eddy current, as drawbacks of eddy currents. See, as you know, according to law of conservation of energy, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. But that energy can be transformed from one form of energy to another form. Let us see how here. You are having a mechanical energy due to which the pendulum is oscillating. So due to that oscillation of pendulum, that mechanical energy creates change in magnetic flux, magnetic energy. That change in magnetic flux produces electrical energy, that is the EMF is induced. That EMF induced in that conductor in the form of concentric circles or concentric loops. They are not having a definite path or to flow or are not having a loop to flow. So that EMF or the current that was being induced in that in the form of concentric circles in that solid block or in that solid disk will be given out in the form of what? Will be given out in the form of heat energy. So formation of eddy current is loss of energy due to heat. Some amount of energy is being lost. In where we are getting this eddy currents, almost in all electrical appliances we are having this eddy currents. When you are considering an electrical motor, when you are considering the transformers, that is you are having stabilizers, or you are having the ordinary chargers that you are having inside the chargers or inside the stabilizers, you are having a part called to be transformers, which can transform the electrical voltage of one particular AC voltage to another particular AC voltage, step up, step down. See, later we will be studying about all that. So when you are considering the transformer or when you are considering an electric motor, you will be having a support inside over which the coil is being wound. The support over which the coil is wound is generally called to be core, or we can able to say it out as armature. In case of a motor, we are saying it is an armature. So in case of a motor, we are saying it is an armature, and in case of a transformer, the supporting material over which the wires are being wound is called to be core. See, when you are considering the transformer, you will be having a core, and on one side of the core you will be having a para or a coil called to be primary, and on the other side you are having another coil called to be secondary. See, if you are having this core, made up of a solid block, or if it is made up of a solid material, then automatically the eddy currents that are being developed inside this transformer will be large. If the large eddy currents developed will be producing large amount of heat energy by the transformer. So large amount of heat energy produced means wastage of energy is much more. Efficiency of that device will be less. But it should not be like that. We have to minimize. We can't eliminate eddy currents or loss due to eddy currents, but we can able to minimize what? We can able to minimize the loss produced by eddy currents. How you can able to minimize? Let us see the other example also, and then we will discuss about the minimization. See, when you are considering the motor, in an electric motor, you will have an armature. You might have heard about an armature. Thin insulated wires are being wound over the support. So many number of windings are being made over what? Made over that solid mass, or made over that, so that made over and support, so that armature can be developed. See, in both of the cases, the amount of EMF induced or the amount of the current induced is very large due to change in magnetic flux. Due to the change in magnetic flux is large means then the amount of EMF induced is also large. If amount of EMF or current induced is large, then the eddy currents produced will also be more. If the cores are or the armatures are made up of a solid conductor. So in order to avoid this, what we have to do? So the cores of the transformer are usually made up of thin laminated sheets. Instead of what? Instead of using a thick material as a core. Instead of using a thick material as what? Thick material as a core. So instead of using a thick material as a core, the core is made up of thin sheets of materials which are properly laminated or which are properly insulated from one another. Then the thin cores are made means when the thickness gets reduced and it is thin, area gets reduced, so the resistance will increase. Moreover, the thin cores, the thin sheets are being joined together, which are properly insulated. When they are insulated, then also the resistance go on increases. So amount of EMF induced or current induced will be less. So eddy current production is reduced. When there is a less production of eddy currents, then the amount of heat energy developed in case of transformers is also taken to be less. So thin laminated sheets. These thin laminated sheets are otherwise called to be lamina. So using this lamina in transformers, one can considerably reduce the formation of eddy currents so that the heat energy developed in the transformer is also considerably reduced. Similarly, in case of an electric motor, what you will do? Armature is a coil of wire which is wound over a support. So that coil that we are rotating it over the support should be a thin insulated coil. So the wire that is made to wound to form a coil is taken to be thin insulated coil. So when you are making the coil or when you are making the wire to wound as a coil, when you are considering the nearby turns are considered to be very thin. If it is thin, area is less. If area is less, resistance is high. One thing. The second thing, the two thin wires are properly insulated when they are made to wound. So thin insulated wires, when you are making that insulations and insulated wires, the resistance go on increases. So due to the increase in resistance, the amount of current or EMF induced is less. Due to this, the EMF induced is less means the amount of heat energy developed is also less. So the loss due to eddy currents can be minimized both in transformers or in an electric motor by considering the core as thin sheets of materials in called to be lamina instead of thick block as a core, and using a thin insulated wire for winding than that of a thick wire. So by this method, we can able to reduce or minimize the loss of energy due to eddy currents. So this is taken to be the drawback of what? This is taken or considered to be the drawback of eddy currents. Hope you should have understood. So a question may be asked for 5 marks. What are eddy currents? Demonstrate the formation of eddy currents with suitable example. And what are the drawbacks of eddy current and how the loss in energy can be minimized. Hope you should have understood what I have taught in this class. So the next one, we have to go with applications of eddy currents, that we shall see it in our next video. Until then, thank you and goodbye from Ravi Shankar.